So last but not least, we're going to dive into our conclusion for our character essay. Once again, I always like to just include my claim on whatever section I'm working on. This helps me stay really focused on what is important. And when I'm writing an essay, what is important is my claim. So the first thing that I need to do in my conclusion is actually just restate my claim. And I'm going to do that in the simplest way possible. I'm going to just say it again. Malala is an admirable character because she is brave, hardworking, and smart. The next thing that I'm going to do is review the main points of each paragraph. So we all worked together on paragraph number 1, where we talked about how Malala is brave when she stands up to the Taliban. You didn't see me work on these paragraphs, but I also wrote about the ways that she is hardworking when she works as an activist while also working hard as a student. And then my third body paragraph was about how she is smart in the ways that she uses different resources to fight for the rights of girls everywhere. The next thing that I want to do is tie this to the real world. So I want to think about a connection that I can make between my character and maybe someone that I see. And when I think about Malala, I can draw a lot of comparisons between Malala and a young activist that I've learned about named Greta Thunberg, who is a student who fights for environmental justice, to fight threats of violence, and the struggles of being a teenager. You don't have to go really far into that right now. For your character essay, you can just kind of leave that hanging. And then the last thing that I want to do is kind of like wrap it up with one final sentence that just tells us why Malala is important for young people to read. And I think that's because Malala is an inspiration to young people everywhere. Before I wrap this up, I want to make sure that I've restated my claim, which I have. It's right there. I want to make sure that I've made my claim matter in the real world, which I do with this Greta Thunberg statement. And lastly, I want to make sure that I'm not introducing any new information about the book. This would be a really bad time to talk about the ways that Malala is mean, or maybe the ways that Malala is selfish, or the ways that Malala is an excellent athlete. I haven't talked about that anywhere else in my book, so I'm not going to introduce that in my conclusion.